After a somewhat questionable venture with first generation of V4 engines, which appeared in early 80s, Honda was determined that this type of cylinder layout has its great benefits and continued developing so-called second generation of V4 power plant. What we know from early Interceptors, Magnas and Sabres was a potent and innovative construction which offered promising performance numbers, but sadly suffered from some engineering shortcomings. As it got soon apparent, early V4s suffered from head lubrication problems, that in some cases even led to catastrophic engine failures. This situation necessitated serious redesigning of former V4, and here is how Honda conceived one of the most dependable engines in the entire history of motorcycling. The new V4, launched in 1986, still had some issues, but with arrival of VFR 750 RC36 in 1990, Honda finally nailed it for good. New motorcycle received thorough transformation, beginning from styling and suspension and finishing on astonishing V4 heart. RC36 truly was a jump into a new era, as all downfalls of predecessors were finally erased. Quirky sized wheels seen in RC24 were replaced by 17 inches wheels. These were also wider, making tire selection and change much easier. New forks and redesigned chassis with spectacular looking single-sided swing arm were a strong selling point. Admittedly, the new swing arm increased weight, but awesome looks and simple and quick release of the rear wheel overshadowed the small weight jump. 4-in-1 exhaust system, new fairings and cockpit equipped with all desired instruments such as clock, trip meters or fuel gauge were great features, making VFR a superb touring machine. Speaking of touring, it has to be mentioned that VFR's riding position is just an ideal mix of sport and comfort. Placement of bars is mildly sporty and doesn't cause too much of a wrist problem. For more comfort, obviously accessory bars can be purchased. Long and wide seat together with well-placed passenger grab rails allow unstressed two-up riding. Good wind deflection and rather softly sprung suspension also convince for long-distance touring. All of the above sound like VFR 750 was built mainly for eaten miles, however the second visage of RC36 is even more exciting. Although basic front suspension and rather big curb weight put some limitations on radical sport use of this machine, the engine is rev happy and loves full open throttle. 100 horsepower and 77 Nm of torque might sound like not much today. By 1990 it was actually a very adequate number considering 750cc of its displacement. VFR 750 is smooth and torquey. It pulls well from low RPM thanks to its V-cylinder layout and wakes up in anger at high RPM. 6-speed gearbox works okay and allows about 150 mph of top speed. Handling provided by 120 and 170 mm wide tires is okay, and 296 mm front discs work well, although hard brake lever squeeze is needed when ridden hard. It's a very good question considering astounding reliability reports published over the years. With arrival of revised V4 power plant, Honda raised the bar so high that their new creation was often called over-engineered. This 750cc 16-valve unit uses a set of cogs instead of a chain to drive the camshafts, providing superbly safe operation without the risk of snapping chain. It also sounds like nothing else you ever heard in any motorcycle. Constant whine of cogs driving valve gear in conjunction with V4's sweet tone is symphony like no other. This intoxicating sound alone is worth any money, let alone performance and character of the early VFR. Overall, first release of RC36 is a wonderful all-rounder with virtually indestructible engine. When looked after and well serviced, even 200,000 miles can be achieved. Some minor weak points need to be noted though. Exhaust headers like to rot and regulator rectifier tends to fry itself after some time. High mileage motorcycles can suffer from sloppy gear shifting due to worn out gearbox output shaft. To sum up, VFR 750 is a definite gem. 1990 up to 2001 models are probably the most loved. Post-2001 bikes lack gear-driven cams offering VTEC operation instead. The bottom line is that whichever you choose, you'll be happy, as this gentleman's sports bike is simply remarkable.